Hey everybody, I'm back for day 2 of a little Pilates mat class for everyone. The weather hasn't been cooperating, so we haven't been able to take our classes outside. Still hoping to be able to do that, but we'll have to see. And by the time the weather cooperates, they may tell us we can't gather. So anyway, we'll see. We'll just keep doing our Pilates mat classes together. And I appreciate everybody that's already been doing them. I hope you're having a lot of fun. I know I'm starting to really look forward to doing this every day because at least it's one way that I get to communicate with you. So we're going to go ahead and start. If you, we're going to do some roll-ups and things like that. So if you need to have some sort of weight bag, or if you can get near a couch or a chair where you can put your feet underneath. So for example, I'll just have a nice bag of rice here. I will use that, or you might want to use that on the tops of your feet when we do some of our exercises. So pause if you need to, go grab some weights or a bag of rice or some dog food or whatever you got, cat litter, or just go position yourself underneath or near a place where you've got a chair or a couch where you can put your feet underneath it. If you don't need it, you don't need it, but just letting you know. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to roll down with control, of course. So as I do this, I'm going to inhale through the nose and slowly start to roll my vertebrae and exhale through the mouth to get down nice and slow and controlled on the mat. So here we are in our table or in our laying down position. I got a little bit of an arch in my back. I can kind of put my hand underneath it. I'm going to try to eliminate that arch. Not so much so that my butt comes off the floor, but just a nice strong position with my back and my spine. I'm pulling all my abdominals into the center. So like I'm going to poke you in the stomach. I want you to engage like you're being poked in the stomach, or you're going to be, and try to hold that engagement the whole time. So arms are going to be at the side, bring one leg up and then the next to a nice table position, keeping that flat back, maintain that flat back. And now we're just going to take our right foot and dip it down toward the mat, lift it back up, and do the left. And just keep alternating here. Now, this is something that can easily be done with your legs. Your legs could just, your legs could do this all day. I don't want your legs to do it. I want your abdominals to control this. So really focus here on pulling those abdominals in and making the legs move using the muscles in the core. I exhale and inhale. Exhale. Inhale as I pull back in, because that's the easier part of this move. That controlling the movement downward, maintaining a flat back and tight abs is where it's harder. So that's where we exhale. All right, one more each side. I'm relaxing my head, neck, and shoulders. I'm trying not to get all crunched up here. Now readjust, make sure you're pulling those abdominals in. Now both legs at the same time. A little trickier. Press that back into the mat, and you don't have to go all the way down. You can just go part way. Go to the point where if you go a little further, your back is going to arch. No arching backs here. Inhale. Woo, I'm even shaking on this. This is tough. It looks easy, but it's not. Tuck that tailbone under a little bit. Try not to stress out through the neck and the upper body. 2 more. Keeping a nice, straight, flat back. Last one. Good. All right, bring the knees into the chest. Rock side to side. Maybe a little focus on the lower back, and that rock would feel good. And we're going to move into our hundreds, because I don't like to start a class without our hundreds. So arms are going to be long at the side. Inhale. Put that leg back in table. Inhale, lift head, neck, and shoulders. And start pumping those arms. If you want to, you can send your legs either straight up in the air, keeping that flat back, or out to 45-degree angle. Pulling those abs in like I'm poking you in the stomach. We're going to come and stand on you. Back to table if you need to. Don't forget, this is a breathing exercise. You're inhaling through the nose for 4 or 5 long counts, exhaling through the mouth to engage those abdominals. 2 more breath cycles. And bring it in. So that was just 2 breath cycles. So you can see it's kind of a long period of time. You don't want to rush through that breathing. You want to empty all that air out and get deep inhalations. Good. Okay, we're going to do something called a crunch extension. So we're going to start with those legs in table position, interlace the fingers, and place them behind the head where the neck and the head are meeting. All right, when we do a crunch extension, we're going to, it's a breathing exercise. We've got our nice flat back. Exhale, crunch in. Inhale, release back to neutral. Exhale, press the feet out. And then inhale, back in. So, keep moving through this. Now, adjust the angle of your legs based on how strong your back and abdominals are feeling. So if you're having to arch your back, on this extension, if your legs are low, then just make a higher angle. Press them out. And press. 3 more. So I'm crunching in, but my butt is not coming off the mat. It's all through here. Last one. And press. And good. Okay, those are hard. Those are fun though, but they're a little hard. Okay, so we're going to work on our tipping point crunches. So if you have your weight bag nearby or your bag of rice or whatever you're using, or if you can put your feet underneath your chair or your couch, you might want to do that unless you've done this enough and you know that you're able to do it without any kind of weight. But if you are, if you are using a bag, put it on the top of your feet right now. I'll do a couple with the weight bag and a couple without. So I'm going to roll down, nice and slow, articulating my spine, 1 vertebrae at a time on the mat. I'm going to think about keeping my inner thighs together, my legs close together, and my feet pressing on the mat, even though I've got this weight bag. And I'm going to come up to a tipping point. So I'm going to inhale, rise up to that point where I either have to go back down or continue going. I'm going to hold it and then slowly roll it back down. So I inhale, hold, inhale, exhale, back down. It's just a shorter breathing cycle. And inhale, exhale, back down. So your tipping point, I'm going to go ahead and take the bag off for those of you not using it. And for your tipping point, it may be right here. And that's fine, as long as you're engaging these abdominals, especially this upper part of your rectus abdominis. As long as you're engaging those, that's fine. Your tipping point may be here. Everybody's is different. I'm telling you, mine varies from day to day. So let's keep moving. And lower. Try to keep my feet on the mat. If your feet are coming up, so if you're here, put that bag back on your feet or put your feet underneath something. You want to keep those feet on the mat. And lower. Keep the shoulders down. They tend to want to creep up. We're going to do 2 more here. And down. That little pause at the top is where we make our money. Inhale. And lower down. Okay. So now I want you to straighten your legs out. So if you've got that weight bag on your feet right now, go ahead and put it on the tops of your ankles with extended legs. We're going to do tipping points with straight legs. So think about squeezing the inner thighs together, feet stay on the mat. Come up to your tipping point, hold, and then articulate that spine, roll it back down. And down. Notice how my feet and my legs are not coming off the mat. So if you're having to do this, find a weight bag. Or put your feet under something in your house. I'm still inhaling to start. Exhaling, finding my tipping point. And again, if your tipping point is right here, that's fine. There's a ton of work happening right there. 2 more. And lower. They get harder as we go. hold it, and down. Good. Okay, get rid of that weight bag. You can bring your knees into your chest. Maybe bring one at a time. Circle it around a little bit. Send that leg out. Bring the other one in and circle it around. Nice little movement for the hip here. Okay, so I want you to rock on up into a kind of a half position. We're going to come up onto our forearms. So you can see my chest is up. I'm not down here, kind of sinking down. I'm pressed up. I'm pressing the mat away. I'm also really engaging my abdominals so that my back isn't swaying. It's nice and tall. So I'm going to bring my knees into my chest, send my legs up. I'm going to point my toes, and I'm going to just make these little mini helicopters. Okay? So nice and tall. I'm still really strong through the abdominals, and I'm making this movement using my abs, not my legs. Now, if you want to, or if your body's feeling okay, you can go a little bit lower. But again, you have to be able to stay strong in the abdominals and pressed up. If you want to really make it fun, you can go up and down. That's not fun for everybody, but just stay here then. The front of your thighs are starting to get a little screamy at you. It's because your abdominals are trying to take the easy road out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring them in. Rock back and rock side to side. So anytime we're doing one of the exercises where we're moving our legs, the legs will always try to power through it. You really want to focus on this entire area here being in charge. The legs are almost relaxed. They're engaged, but they're almost relaxed. All right, come back up into our forearm position. We're going to do suitcases and then suitcases with a twist. So again, my chest is nice and proud, not falling in, knees into the chest, and I'm just going to press my legs out and pull them back in and push. So I want you to pretend that you're pushing a really heavy rock up a hill with your abs, not with your legs. So push and pull. When you pull back in, like somebody's got a string attached to your feet and they're trying to hold you back. That person's over there, pulling on that string. Push it out, pull it in. And again, your legs are engaged but relaxed because all of this is happening right in here in those abdominals. All right, we're going to add a twist. So bring it in, now twist. Bring it back in, twist the other way. Still staying lifted through the chest, looking a little higher up on the wall, just so that we don't start sinking down. Push, pull, maybe feel the obliques coming in. Same thing here that I've been saying before. Change your angle based on how your back is feeling. There's tons of work in every angle. 2 more. Press, pull, push, and pull. Now rock on up. Grab that weight bag if you need to, if you're feeling like you need it, or get your feet back underneath your couch or your chair, whatever it is you're using, for some quick roll-ups. So when we do a quick roll-up, we roll back down, legs are straight, arms reach up, and we inhale, arms up and down, up and down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. My inner thighs are squeezing together, my legs are staying on the mat, and I'm trying to articulate my spine. I'm not trying to flop down. So slow it down if you need to, or add a weight bag or some sort of counter resistance so that you're nice and full of good form here. I'm also keeping my shoulders out of my ears. I'm trying not to let them raise up. Good. 3 more. Last one. back up into our suitcase position that we were in here. So you can either continue on doing suitcases for a modified version of this next move. But if you want to try a little bit more of a challenge, rock on up to a seated position, bring those legs up and your arms reaching out. So my tailbone is tucked under, I've got a little bit of a curve in my spine, not a big one, but a little one. And I'm just gonna reach out and come back in. Inhale, exhale. So maybe modify how far out you go. Maybe yours is just right here, and there's a lot of work there. If you can, see if you can go a little bit lower. Front of the thighs might start yelling at you. That's because the legs are trying to do the work, and your hip flexors. Engage those abs. 2 more. Keep the shoulders down, last one. And down, good. Okay, we're gonna do some hip ups and then move into a roll over. So for hip ups, we're gonna roll it down onto our mat. Arms are flat by the side. Cross your ankles, so you've got a little bit of a diamond shape here in between. You can use your arms and your forearms here to help you balance this. So with a big inhale and then an exhale, rise up and then inhale, slowly come down. I'm using my arms to help me slowly come down. If you need to, it's okay to put your hands back here and slowly help yourself come down. If your body doesn't love hip ups, the other option is just a little roll in. Just lift those hips off the mat and gradually try to come down as slowly and with as much control as possible. So if that feels like a real challenge to you, I want you to stay keep with those. If you want to try to do a rollover, then you can just bring your legs straight up toward the ceiling, hands to the sides, a big inhale through the nose. Exhale, legs go over. So your legs may be here, you may be able to put them back down to the floor, whatever feels good to you. Relax, have a nice long neck here. Use your hands if you need to, and start slowly rolling 1 vertebrae at a time back down on the mat. Use your exhale. Try to keep when you do this, think about the front of your thighs on your chest. It's not so much about going up and over as it is about bringing your legs close to your body. So, and over. Now, if you want more of a challenge, you can separate the feet, flex them, and slowly come down. So, same thing here with the hip ups. You can use your hands if you need to. See how my legs came right toward my chest. So if I needed to, I could hold back here to try to lower slowly. I'm going to do 1 more. See if you can get those legs closer to the mat or the floor behind you. Nice long neck. Couple of breaths here. If you want to, you can put your hands back and see if you can get your feet in your hands. And then slowly, and you can leave your hands here if you want to. Lay the vertebrae. Now look how close my legs are to my chest. They're really close. Sometimes when people try to do this, they try to go way up here and you kind of get stuck. If you bring those legs close to your chest, it'll work a lot better. Good. Okay, rock on up. We're going to do a nice little stretch to end this class, and then I'll let you move on with your day. So this is the mermaid stretch. I've got my legs folded like a mermaid tail. I'm going to put my hand on this bent leg side. I'm going to send the other arm straight up. I'm pulling my ribs away from my hips here. Nice big inhale, and I'm going to exhale, I'm just leaning back. Not back, to the side, not back. And then inhale back up. Maybe a little further. I'm reaching my fingers that way and my hip bone that way. So it's a nice oppositional stretch. Come back up one more time, this side. It's a nice side body stretch. Back up. I'm going to tee my arms out, and now I'm going to go this other direction. And I'm going to send my hip toward the wall below me and my fingers toward the wall above me. I'm acting like my body's between two panes of glass. So I don't want to fall in. I don't want to arch my back. I want to be nice and neutral here. Reach. Send those hips in the opposite direction. Good. Come on back up. Flip your mermaid tail over to the other side. Probably going to feel a little different just based on which side is a little bit more flexible for you. Big inhale. Exhale and reach. Tall with the arm. Back to the top. 2 more here. Keeping that body in a nice line. If your body starts to fall out of line, if you're falling in or falling backwards, just don't reach as far. We're really trying to build and find that mobility and that flexibility. And if you force it or you do it the wrong way, you're never going to get it. You're never, not that you don't get it personally, but you're never going to find that flexibility. All right, reaching that arm. Again, not falling in, not arching back. Last one, come on up. Okay, that's it for this section for today. I'll probably do another one later on that's going to be a little more glute centered. So have a good day. Hope everybody's doing well. Talk soon. Bye.